So one group has dissociated because they just couldn't take it anymore. They were just too traumatized, too polarized, really, which can be a form of trauma, but polarized, I think, is a more accurate term. They're favoring, leaning more toward a particular figure, public figure / celebrity. So the one group that's steeped in fandom, which is another term for idolatry, they'll be devastated, and they have to follow the ones that they're fans of pretty much everywhere they go. And no matter how long their favorite player been on their favorite team, if they're more loyal to their favorite player than to a particular team or franchise, then they just gonna have their favorite player on different team jerseys, but they're following that person. If that person retires, or if anything, like I said, it usually pulls the fan with them. Because that's what fans do, right? They produce wind. And so if you're a fan, expect to be blown in the breeze, whichever way the celebrity goes. So the celebrity is like wind, and the fan is the fan. The blades are spinning, the wheels are turning. They're figuring out how can they go out to see this person perform. How can they go out to hear this person? How can they connect with this person, be around this person, get some memorabilia signed by this person, get some kind of proof for their social group to prove that they've been with the said celebrity. All of this is going into the search for fame and the 0 point. And it's connected to the one group. Now there's another group who sees this and they don't know what to believe either. So both groups dissociate from all of the social cannibalism. Both groups dissociate. One group is just, they cave in, they implode, they don't know where to go, they've lost all hope. It's just despair. Life is once again black and white. Now it's void of all color. And everything is just humdrum. They're waiting for life to be over. They're not living life. They're just existing, waiting for life to be over for them, depending on their level of fandom. And the other group, they see something else. They look at patterns and they say, you know what? What if all of this, of what the celebrities are calling their real lives, what if that is really act 2? What if that's just another production? Like, let's say your favorite movie star, does a movie excellent, it does great numbers at the box office, if that's a such thing anymore in the movie industry, is doing good numbers in the box office. That's almost mythological to even mention. But let's say your favorite celebrity, star, movie star, actor, actress, they get in the movie, they do very well. You go out to see them, support them, all this good stuff. And then you find out that there's a scandal involved. They got caught up in some hot water. Whatever the case, it's pulling you. This is your favorite actor / favorite actress. This is kind of your quote-unquote role model. This person is your hero. This person is your motivation. The same way you were crying in the theater from the riveting performance, if you're a true fan, it can be the same way you cry when they comment on the celebrity's real life. Like, not the character that they're playing in the movie, but their real name. And what you will find, though, is that even a lot of movie stars, actors, actresses, a lot of their real names is also a stage name, which should really point to how layered these simulations get. So let's say my name is let's use John Doe. Let's use a real simple, inoffensive name. I'm the famous actor, award, what is it? Grammys, Golden Globe, everything that you can get, right? Excellent actor named John Doe. Johnny Doe, JD. If something happens in my life as John Doe, if I got real fans, I'll get the same showing, if not a bigger showing, for my real life as much as the characters that I play on the big screen. See, here's the elephant in the room that, again, and I'm going to mention it again, that sometimes robs us of our common sense, and that's the fact that as long as the record button is pressed, a lot of these entities are not giving you a real life. They're giving you the life that they want you to see, because it's all aimed toward social engineering. The movies, the stories, the prototypes, the heroes, the villains, these patterns will program people to be a certain way if they're thinking on subconscious autopilot. If they're just watching stuff, not really taking it to heart, just kind of going with the flow. That's when those subconscious subliminal messages sink deepest and hold on the firmest, is when you're not really paying attention to it. It's the folks that want to break down every little thing that are not always necessarily haunted by the concepts that they tackle, however be it complex. But that second group that dissociates when they see the societal cannibalism that is just clogging up the feeds at this point. You can see that the demiurge is trying too hard, spinning his wheels out. The gear is smoking, right? The wheels are clanking. The parts to that machine are abrading. Sparks are flying. Oil is leaking. A fire has started, right? When we start to get into those alleged lists. People who are on those lists, you know what I'm talking about when I say those lists. My channel is really too small for me to get in any kind of trouble, so I'm just going to say those lists. For those who know, that's like a fire for the people that's on those lists. Because if everybody on that list, if it's true and everybody gets nabbed up that are on those lists, then we really ain't got a Hollywood. Then we ain't got nothing then. Oh man, like if y'all ain't making movies, y'all ain't gonna see movies. You ain't gonna see no movies unless you making them. That's how bad. And I don't know if it's bad or good. That's just how it can get. That's just how it can get. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I just know that that's how it can get. I mean, with social media, everybody's pretty much making their own movies anyway. So ironically, with the complete collapse of this thing, things will probably seem like normal. It's just like the movie theater faded away, just like the monkey bars or the tire swing. Just all of a sudden you don't see it anymore. But it's so out of sight that it's really, really completely out of mind, almost like it never even happened. And when that happens, when you can put people in a state where it's as if things never even happened, that's when you can start messing with people's timelines. And this is when you can start really using revisionist history as a weapon to stunt the growth of an entire generation. It took a while for some of the older narratives, some of the old programs to finally conk out. It took a while. This particular movie over and over and over, and even that slowed up. It said, okay, we're gonna do the remake over and over, and remake after remake after remake bombs. I always use the remake example because it's really the best example, and it's very clear of how we could really just be on Groundhog Day, the calendar moving, but we ain't going nowhere. The months, the days, the weeks, the years, all of that is changing, and the numbers are going up, but we ain't going up. So that other group, that second group that decides to dissociate, they're like, look, we just gonna be the heroes. We wasn't paying attention to them no way. Oh, that's what's happening? Okay, we not even invested enough to sit back and watch the show. We got our own show that we trying to run. See, that's two different groups. So one group, the group that's confused and devastated, they may try to sit back and watch the show. You know what I mean? Just out of not knowing what else to do. Like, look, man, following people is all I know. Following celebrities is all I know. So I'm going to continue to see what's going on. But these past, everything following the pandemic, everything 2020 and upward, it seems very grasp-like. A lot of these incidents, a lot of these, it's just like, I don't know if there was a set date, a set time where all of these things were set to happen. Like, okay, by 2024, all of y'all gonna be, it you know what I mean? It almost seems like that. Like, okay, between 2020 and 25, like they was just telling everybody this who might have signed on in the 80s. Like, all right, you got 40 good years to get it in, all right? But by 2020, you better see as clear as 2020 vision, because by 2020, we're going to do a complete overhaul. Everything that y'all allegedly had to do in order to get in this industry, all of that is coming out. So I hope you've been saving for somewhere to hide all these decades. But if you've been just blowing all of your little movie money or rapper money or singing money or whatever kind of entertainment money, trying to hang with people who are too rich to entertain, then you will descend to a level lower than your fans. Oh, it's possible. We just don't like to talk about it because, again, it's too traumatic. It's too traumatic to see a Delonte West in the position that he was in after being in the NBA. That's tough. That's tough to see. Everybody is that's what can happen. The fall can be so far, and it may not even be a fall from what we're calling grace. It might just be a straight up fall. But either way, people are being yanked out of the spell, though. They're being yanked out of whatever is holding them. They're being pulled out of it. And this social cannibalism is one of the major ways that is happening. So whether you stay tuned or not, you're gonna see things happening. And if you're paying attention, you're gonna realize eventually that the world stage is no longer in front of you. It's no longer on the big screen, but the grand world stage is now under your feet.